Hello and welcome to this spooky video guide for completing Haukke Manor normal in Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. My name is TSDS and in this video you'll learn everything you need to know to RP Luigi. On average this dungeon will take about 15 minutes to complete, so let's do this. At the start, ignore the stairs and head for the corridor on the left. Here you'll likely encounter your first Manor maidservant. These patrolling banshees are encountered throughout this dungeon and once pulled will immediately start casting dark mists once they reach their target. This AoE will inflict terror on those caught in it, preventing them from doing pretty much anything for a while. Luckily it's not too hard to avoid, and as they always cast this as soon as they reach someone, you can just interrupt them with a stun. Go into the room on the left and pick up the tiny key on the floor. Head back out and continue along the corridor. Watch out for another maidservant and head through the door on the right. In here you'll find a locked door, so open it with the key and proceed through. In the immediate next room will be another tiny key, so pick that up too. On the way out, ignore the locked door in front of you and head to the right. Turning the corner, you'll see a trash pack a little way away and a couple of patrolling maidservants giving the tank something to think about. If you're not tanking, keep an eye on what your tank is doing here before rushing straight for the trash. The maidservants can make fighting the trash where they are a bit messy, but some tanks will take a second to see where the patrol is and grab the trash when it's clear. As long as you pull the trash back to the corner, you should be out of range of the patrol. While this is cleaner, your group won't often be expecting such a move, and unless your DPS are on the ball, they'll probably tunnel vision the trash ignoring the patrol, so good luck if you try this. Once everything has been dealt with, keep going and you'll find the first boss line to your right. The first boss, Manor Clavigera, is fairly standard. She cleaves, so tanks should face her away from the group. She'll target random players with an AoE to avoid, and will also cast Dark Mist at least once. Just move out of them and she'll drop pretty fast. If you happen to have your limit break ready during this fight, then use it as it will have recharged by the time you reach the last boss. Once she's dead, she'll drop a green key, so pick it up and head back the way you came. Directly opposite will be an ivy door, so open it and head down to the basement, grabbing the tiny key at the bottom. After you've got the key, ignore the carnation door and turn left as you continue. I realise I've said a lot of turn left or rights, but most of this dungeon is quite linear, and it's extremely unlikely to get a group where no one knows the way, so you can just follow people. The jail cells along the way here will contain optional trash and a treasure chest now and then, so push on while keeping an eye out for more maidservants. Eventually you'll end up almost the whole way around, but before you jump over the barricade, open the cell door just before it and grab the yellow key inside. Now you can head back to the entrance of the basement and open the carnation door. Inside you'll find the second boss encounter. Here you'll fight a manor jester and a steward. People will almost always target the jester first, as it apparently does more damage and has less health, but honestly this dungeon is so trivial that I would target the skeleton steward instead. The reason for this is that the imp has no mechanics at all, whereas the skeleton will AoE quite often. This easily makes him the more annoying, so I always like to drop him first. When they're both down, pick up the bloody parchment on the floor and listen up. You now need to head back to the start of the dungeon, but no one can be asked to run all the way back, so everyone will be using their return skill. This is something that catches out a lot of new players because your group will all start teleporting with no explanation. Simply use your return skill too, or type /return and you'll teleport to the entrance of the manor. It's now we can head up the stairs and interact with the sealed barrier, removing it. At the top, you'll find another long corridor to the left and a manor sentry in front of a door directly ahead. Down the optional corridor will be more trash and a treasure chest, but basically everyone skips this, so attack the sentry. At 50% health, it'll trigger a cutscene, opening the way to the final boss. The last boss, Lady Amandine, must have gotten up on the wrong side of the bed because she's a bit miffed. Throughout the fight, she will ignite the 4 void lamps, each positioned in a corner of the room. Every void lamp will AoE the whole room until interacted with, so everyone should run and interact with one as soon as this starts happening. This can be a little annoying to try and do as the tank, so be sure to help out and only turn back to the boss once all the lamps are extinguished. Amandine will also cast Dark Mist, so make sure you avoid it, and at 30ish% she'll gain Stone Skin, which will absorb a lot of damage and summon a bunch of adds. These spawn all over the room, so tanks should act quickly to try and group them up. This is where the fight can get a bit chaotic, so DPS should let the tank group up the adds before piling on. There's not really any kill priority to these, but they make a great limit break target for mages once grouped up, so give them hell. When they're down, swap back to the boss. If range didn't limit break on the adds, melee should use theirs now to burn through the rest of her stone skin. Keep going and she'll go down. And that's Haukke Manor Normal. If you enjoyed the guide, then let me know, and if there are any other guides or perspectives you would like to see, then check out my channel or feel free to ask me to create one. Thank you for watching, and good luck! I could have spoken like this for the whole guide. Thank fuck I didn't!